Once again, it's on Tuesday night, Ross and Risky. What up, my boy?
What's going on, man?
Man, everything is everything. I got hit in the eyelid, my damn eye a little swole. But we in here trying to still get active on the court. I'm looking like, damn, I just been swole for like a week now.
They be fouling, man. They be fouling. Yeah.
We in here though, man. I'm off this. I got a little bit of, I ain't been sipping on the show. I got a little bit of vodka, but I'm off this Clearly Canadian. You ever drink these Clearly Canadians? Old school.
No, I ain't never had no.
Oh man, we used to drink these back. I'm old. We used to drink these back in the 99 and the 2000.
I look like a wine cooler.
Nah, it's just like sparkling water. You know what I'm saying? These used to be the joint back in the hood back in the day, boy.
Give me a little hydration, man. Hey, if y'all want to give us an ad, give us a little ad deal. You know what I'm saying? We do some promo for y'all.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy when I was young, boy. Hey, man, hit us up. Tap in with us, man. Ross and Risky. We talk about sports, hip-hop, and the culture, man. We'll get into some of everything. You see the thumbnail, man. We're going to be talking about Shedeur. He's now been named the starter for the remainder of the year for the Browns. We'll talk about some Chiefs as well. Is the dynasty over? Dynasty may have come to an end for the Chiefs and Patty Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the crew. Plus whatever else, man. We might get into some LeBron. I got my new Lakers hat. You know what I'm saying? Might get into some Bron tonight. Who knows where we're going to go. Let's start here, though, Ross. Before we get into this situation with Shedeur, hit the thumbs up as y'all come in here as well. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. Look. So let's start with the Chiefs.
Let's get it.
We're going to get to the Chiefs. But before we do that, let's talk about this. Because, my lady don't play video games. So a lot of my young bulls were showing me this in the gym. He was like, yeah, bro, this diabolical. And so you got to talk to me, Ross. They said, like, yo, if you with a shorty and, y'all on, she messing with the sticks and she pull out this type of work, how you feeling?
What the fuck am I watching? She talking about it her first time playing 2K. This ain't her first.
Hey, they was like, yo, either she got brothers or she be out here in these streets.
That's hilarious. Yeah. It would throw you off if she just came to the house. She knew all about 2K.
Bro, look, it was like, yo, her bag worked too good. Hey, look, my boy said she the one. Hey.
I ain't gonna lie, because even have you ever gone, well, not in real life, in this imagination, but you have been to a girl's house and she got the game there. That junk throw you off, boy. I done walked in some houses.
100%.
I'm like, hold on. Who game is that? They lie. Oh, I play. I'd be like, what game you play? Right. Now, she turned on 2K and actually started doing that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a red, what they say, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. And she looked real comfortable with that stick work, too. No pause. She looked real comfortable with it. Hey. Hing. Yeah, she looked comfortable with that work, boy.
She ain't even looking down at the controller.
Yeah, she looked comfortable. My boy said, hey, look, this is always an interesting question for me. This has been a question for me going back to the early 2000s. He said, it's Xbox, so I don't know. See, I'm a PS guy. I'm a PlayStation cat. I ain't never been an Xbox dude. I ain't,
Yeah, I always was PlayStation. I at one point I did want an Xbox. I ain't gonna lie, for a time, you remember Xbox what used to be Halo.
That's why people got Xbox, yeah.
You had Xbox just had a little wave. When that, what was it? What was after the 360? Was it the 360? What was before the 360?
You got me. Xbox, then it was
like a little period whenever the Call of Duties. I felt like Xbox was better on the action games, and I felt like PlayStation was kind of still OG for the sport game.
Sports. Yeah, on the sports and shit. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But the PS5, PS5 is killing everything. You say
I always thought dudes that were strictly Xbox dudes was weirdos. I ain't gonna lie.
It was almost like Android.
Yeah.
It's like a dude that's like sticking with his Android. Oh yeah, they're really better. You know what I'm saying? You ever meet those dudes? They arguing with you that their Android is better.
Yeah, just
Like,
go ahead and get you an
bro, you
iPhone,
just
my
trying
boy.
to save a couple dollars, bro. Stop playing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Xbox Series X. Yeah, see, they start doing too much.
Yeah, those were fire.
Shout out to the Xbox though, man. All right, let's go, man. You want to talk about Chiefs? Let's talk Chiefs. God dang it. Is it over, Ross? Is it over? Is it Patrick Mahomes? Was he have 3 Super Bowl wins, 5 appearances, right?
Yeah.
Is this the end for Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs?
I ain't gonna say the end of them. I think this season is over for sure.
Right.
I think that division is gotten a lot better very fast. We saw the Chargers last night. The Broncos look like they could be one of the best teams in the league. Where they used to be in that weak division and they used to be able to dominate. I think those times are over. So it's going to be a lot tougher for the Chiefs. They're going to have to go in and retool. I could see them like making some big off-season splashes. But as far as this year, yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah. I think they got to make a decision on do they want to build up a specific group, right? Like the defense, the O-line, whatever it is, or do they want to get Mahomes some weapons? Personally, I think the last couple of years they've kind of patchworked everything in terms of like Mahomes' weapons. No disrespect to the receivers, but he ain't really had receivers or backs in the last 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I feel like they're missing.
You know what I mean? At least give me a back. You know what I'm saying? That I get that got some wiggle or something. And
yeah, Christian McCaffrey have been around.
Yeah, like give me. You know what I mean? I gotta have something because Kelsey used to cover up for a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? But he's gotten old, so he can't really cover up for all those deficiencies like he used to. And I agree with the homie in the chat. Like, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? It looks like, you know what I'm saying, at some point it's going to be a conversation. I know he got...
Shout out my boy, man. He said, you're glorious queen. You better leave them people alone, my boy. Leave people alone, boy. Yeah. Let's just say, hey, when Kelsey secured that bag, so when you know what I'm saying, like, football is just strictly a hobby at this point. I got my podcast deal. My wife got $1 billion. Well, my fiance got $1 billion. All he got to do is just make it to the marriage. Once he say I do, Kelsey won. That's another Super Bowl. Once Kelsey say I do, it's a wrap.
All I'm gonna say is all I'm gonna say is back when he was on
Stop it.
Other Work, you know what I'm saying? We was winning Super Bowls when he was on Other Work. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna put when he was on some other work, we was winning Super Bowls. Is what I'm gonna tell you.
That's all Kelsey work right there?
That's Kelsey work, yeah. We was winning Super Bowls.
Hey, Kelsey was out here doing it up, though. hey. Taylor don't got what they got. You're right. But they don't have what Taylor have. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
shout out to Travis Kelsey, man. But, it got real fast. But no, I think the Chiefs will be okay, though, man. I think everybody got to kind of remember a couple of things. Because they're getting comparisons, obviously, to the Patriots dynasty, and they had some lulls in that whole thing. And we got to see what that division is going to do, because I do agree that they've gotten two teams obviously have gotten better, right? With the Broncos and the Chargers, but we got to see what's going to happen. the Broncos, personally, I don't believe in Bo Nix like that. So I can definitely see him crashing back to earth at some point and, not being able to get it done. Because I don't think he's a superstar quarterback. And Justin Herbert, I don't know. At any moment, he can go full Justin Herbert on you. You know what I'm saying? I know right now he's gutting it out. You know what I'm saying? Played with the broken hand last night. I do think Harbaugh is a really, really good coach, though. I do think that. And I think he's a great motivator. But
the same for Sean Payton?
Nah, I'm not a big Sean Payton guy. Nah, I'm cool on Sean Payton. I watched Sean Payton try to ruin Reggie Bush. I'm cool on Sean Payton.
But look at what he's doing for this Broncos team.
I mean, he's a good coach. I'm not saying he's a good coach. But yeah, I'm not a big Sean Payton guy. Me and Jerry Jones, we cool on him. Jerry let him walk too. We cool. Now he did go get him a Super Bowl. But I don't know. I think everything will be okay. But they got to retool. I would say go ahead and go pay some money. Go get that man some weapons on offense. And let's see if we can piece things together that way for the Chiefs. But it's gonna be fun though, just to watch the AFC, because now I've been talking about it for a long time right here on Ross and Risky. That because the Chiefs have been so dominant, I felt, Ross, that it's kind of let those other quarterbacks off the hook, because it's like, people start saying, well, they always cheat for the Chiefs anyway, and what you're going to do. Okay, well, the Chiefs out the way now. The Chiefs out the way. So I know that, with Baltimore, unfortunately, they had some injuries and they had some couple of losses, so I don't think they're going to be in there. The Bengals, same thing with some injuries. But Josh Allen, I'm looking right at you. If we being real, what's stopping you, Josh Allen? You still the reigning MVP, right? What's stopping you? The Colts, they just got a huge stumbling block thrown in front of them. They're going to go get a 43-year-old off the couch.
It's over for them.
You feel me? So that's one team down, right? Who else is it in the AFC that's a contender now? The Chargers? Like, realistically,
New England got to be the number one contender.
Okay. And if you going to tell me that May and Josh Allen, I need you to outduel them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
For sure. But they always had Buffalo number. For some reason, he struggles against New England.
I hear you.
I agree. I think, we like the same pressure they put on Lamar. We got to say the same thing about Josh Allen. You got an MVP. You came back. Now Mahomes is out of it. It should go through Buffalo. But you're not even going to win that division. Now they're going to have to go on the road. And now, more than likely, it's going to go through New England and Denver. And, New England, we'll see a bunch of snowy New England football,
And I tell you what, somebody going to get a bad draw if they mess around and get the Texans, because that defense is trill.
Right. That defense is the real deal. Holyfield.
You know what I'm saying? So somebody, in that wild card, get them Texans, bro. That's a bad draw for you. I ain't going to hold
you. Yeah. That's going to be – they're going to end up playing like Jacksonville.
The team you want in the playoffs, real talk, is Pittsburgh. That's the team you want, because they're probably going to win that division, and they're not good.
But you got to be careful with Pittsburgh, though.
Do you really?
You got to be careful with Pittsburgh.
Do you really? First, the one thing that we know about man is that come playoff time, for some reason, stop that, Ross. Don't do that. Come playoff time, man somehow can't win playoff games.
He won a Super Bowl.
That's 15 years ago when Aaron Rodgers won that Super Bowl.
How many times he made the NFC Championship? A bunch.
Forget the NFC Championship. How many times did he lose the NFC Championship? Everyone except one. He got one NFC Championship win. He's lost all the rest of them. He only been to one Super Bowl. So I don't trust him come playoff time at all. He had a chance. I blame Aaron Rodgers for messing up Bill Belichick's legacy. Everything going on with Bill Belichick now, he with this young girl, he down there coaching a bad North Carolina Tar Heel football team. All that is because of Aaron Rodgers. You know why? Aaron Rodgers had a chance to beat Tom Brady, right, in the NFC Championship game. If you recall, newsflash, everybody, 4 turnovers for Tom Brady in the NFC Championship game versus Green Bay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 turnovers. And somehow Aaron Rodgers couldn't beat the guy. Couldn't beat him. With 4 turnovers?
Okay.
At home in Green Bay? You got Tampa. You got a Florida
that
team.
That defense is good. That defense was amazing.
Man, stop 4 turnovers, Ross. Come on, man.
You're right. But I'm looking now, y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all these are what he's saying is bad. Aaron Rodgers' last two NFC championship games that he was in, or playoff games that he was in, 20 or 29 for 225 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. The game before, 56 or 84,
What? Hold on. What?
Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry.
Video game numbers. Eh?
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll just say overall, his touchdown to interceptions, he's got 45 touchdowns, 13 interceptions in the playoffs. He's got 6,000 yards in the playoffs. I don't get where you coming with this. Just he's had bad playoff runs. So in 2021, they lost. He didn't throw no picks. So in 2020, he threw 1 pick over the run. In 2016, 9 touchdowns, 2 picks. Like, he has great runs in the playoffs. Now, the team, Green Bay, they couldn't stop nobody. They picked off Tom Brady that time. They also gave up a Hail Mary to Scotty. What was his name? Scotty Miller.
Time out.
That came out of nowhere. Like,
hold on, Ross. That's real slippery what you did. You tried to give me.
It's not always on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers' playoff numbers are good, bro. He has good playoffs. What about whenever he won in the playoffs on the helmet? What about beating Dallas with the throw on the sideline? Like, stop it. You trying to take away from great moments. Like, stop.
Ross, you going back.
You forget so quick.
See, you went back to the one successful playoff run where I believe that's the Dez catch game that you're referring to as well, right? I think that's the Dez caught the ball game.
No. After that Dez caught the ball, I remember that game. No, after that, there was a game. There was a game. He threw the dime on the sideline to where the guy caught on the sideline. They kicked the field goal to win the game. There was another game where against Arizona, they threw a Hail Mary. And Aaron Rodgers, like, he has clutch playoff moments. You're minimizing the playoff moments. We're not gonna do
so here's what I want to go to. He is 1-4 overall in NFC Championship games.
Yeah, that's NFC Championship games. What
we talking about? Ross, this is what we're talking about.
You got to win 2 games to make the NFC Championship.
Ross, you're acting like those Green Bay teams were bad and they were just coming out of nowhere. Those teams were top 2 seeds a lot of times.
Bro, they
had a great running game, and we got
What was Drew Brees? Like, it's a lot of quarterbacks. Like, what was
who?
I mean,
you don't even like
Warner make? Like, well, we just. So if he's not Tom Brady or Mahomes, now it's just trash.
That's the class that y'all keep putting him in, though. Y'all keep telling me that Aaron Rodgers is in that class.
I used to. I accept he never catch Brady.
Okay. Well,
that was good. Brady or Mahomes. But when you talk about any of them other guys, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Well, look. So hold on. So you saying once you get away from like the bosses, now Aaron Rodgers is the best of everybody else?
The most beautiful thrower of the football.
None of that matters. We don't care nothing about that.
Discount double check. He can make every throw.
So answer me this question.
He changed the game. He the reason why these dudes, when they catch somebody, Aaron Rodgers mastered the back shoulder so crazy that not everybody in the league does that.
Well, why didn't he throw none of those in those NFC Championship games? Why ain't he throwing them?
Aaron Rodgers is the reason now when they catch somebody jumping off sides, you go deep rather than just take the 5 yards like they used to. Like Aaron Rodgers, his gamesmanship, like his mobileness, throwing it off weird bases, different arm angles, all that's Aaron Rodgers. Stop it. Like Mahomes will tell you that. Him throwing sidearm and doing all that stuff, that's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is so bad. They got an article right here that's titled "Ranking the Most Painful Defeats of Aaron Rodgers' Time for the Green Bay Packers."
He get a lot of hate because he don't care what people think, bro. Stop it. Aaron Rodgers embraces being an asshole, and with that, you're gonna get a lot of hate. Okay. But when it's talking about football, when he retires his career, first ballot, one of the greatest behind Tom Brady and Mahomes, he's in that class.
I mean, listen, man, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm taking Rodgers. Y'all love Peyton. Come on, man. Peyton.
You taking who over who?
At the end of Peyton's career in Denver.
Mm-hmm. After he went over there and got a Super Bowl and an MVP. He went over there and got a Super Bowl and an MVP. Set an NFL record.
He didn't get a Super Bowl MVP. The year they won the Super Bowl, who got the MVP? Okay. He led the league in interceptions that year.
Okay, but the year before,
they looked a lot like this Pittsburgh team.
The year before,
it was a smart offense and they had a good defense. Similar
the year before, he set an NFL record for passing touchdowns and won the league MVP.
And the Super Bowl was over in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, man. You got to talk about offensive line.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to talk about offensive line, bro. I don't know what to tell you. You got to talk to the O-line. But whatever. Don't put him in the same category as Peyton Manning because when Peyton Manning coming off
AFC championships, how he lost. Let's see.
Who?
Peyton Manning AFC championships. I bet you he lost a lot of AFC championships.
I bet you he's been to more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Because he's played in 4. I know he's won 4 because he's played in 4 Super Bowls. So I know he won 4. That's 4 times as many AFC championship games than Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, you're right.
There you go. You got to remember, he wasn't getting to those championship games.
Exactly. That's what you just getting over. What's his playoff record, bro?
Oh, now you want to say, here we go. We talking Super Bowl.
13 in the playoffs. What's Aaron Rodgers' playoff record? Let's see.
What's his Super Bowl record? 2-2. That's the number that matters.
Aaron Rodgers 12-10. Come on, man. They
like the same. Hold on, they're the same. Playoff record is about the same in terms of win percentage. And then Peyton Manning's 50% in the Super Bowl. Now, what I will tell you is I put it all on Peyton Manning that they lost their Super Bowl to the Saints. Now, a lot of people put it on Hank Baskett because of that onside kick. I don't know if you remember that onside kick to start the second half that went in Hank Baskett's hands and he, muffed it. That's when he was dealing with the Playmate chick. I forgot her name. Shout out to Hank Baskett. Well, let me chill out because I don't know. Hank, they were talking about Hank is messing with us. Shout out to Hank, but let it go. That is to Hank. He said Rolex, the Steelers have a chance because this season is so unsafe. No, I agree. This season has been there is no dominant team, but why do y'all still trust? Do I have to play? Let me go find the clip of Ross still keep talking about Aaron Rodgers every year gonna win. Where that clip at? Y'all need to go to our channels, man. Because we got a channel where we got it on the home page of the channel because Ross just kept saying that this man was gonna win every week.
This the third year.
This man Ross.
This the third year, y'all. I'm fighting for my dog Aaron.
This man Ross, every week we hear the same thing that this man is talking about Aaron Rodgers. He will not let Aaron listen, bro. You loyal to Aaron Rodgers. I ain't gonna hold
you. Me, Aaron Rodgers, I'm telling you, man. I tried.
Hey, boy, you out here like R. Kelly. He got you fighting for your life, boy.
That's funny because y'all, it's been about 3 years. I've been very hopeful on Rodgers. I hope he don't let me down. Every year he been letting me down, though, man.
Here you go. You know I got it. Here you go. This is Ross. This is a couple of years ago.
I did come out and say after we lost to the Patriots that I was no longer going to talk about the Jets. But since you brought them up.
I did bring them up. The 3-6 Jets.
I'm not talking about them, America, but I'm rolling with the Jets.
Whoa! Hold on. Hold on, bro.
I'm rolling with the Jets.
Hold on. Can I ask you why? Why do you think the Jets are going to win this game? I'm not saying the Cardinals are no world beaters, but what is it that every week you take the Jets? Well, why is this? They're going to win every week.
Did we look better last week?
No, you didn't.
We sacked C.J. Stroud 8 times, 7 times.
Yeah, and you just heard my whole soliloquy on the Texans.
Yeah,
they going in the wrong direction.
I'm rolling with the Jets.
Damn it, man.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm trying to save you from yourself. This man is loyal to the soil when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, boy.
They lost that game too. They lost that game. They for sure lost. Well, I'm gonna give him another chance.
See, Aaron really hurt his legacy for me because all these other great quarterbacks, when they go to other teams, they elevate those teams because that's why we're bringing you in. Because we're saying we're close, and we just need something to put them over the top. We saw Tom Brady go and do it. We saw Peyton Manning go and do it. Hell, going back in the day, we saw Joe Montana go to the Chiefs, and I believe he got them. Did they get to the championship game, or they got right before the? I think they would had the lead and something happened, but it was a bad Chiefs team that this was. They brought in an old Joe Montana. Even Kurt Warner, when Kurt Warner went to the where did he go, to the Cardinals? Yeah, when Kurt Warner went to the Cardinals, got to the Super Bowl. Like, this is what's supposed to happen if you're a great quarterback, and we're saying, hey, that's all we need is a great quarterback. Let's bring him in, and we can get this thing off. Now, the Jets, that was not a good team, right? So I'm with him. But him and Brett Favre, I keep telling you, him and Brett Favre are a lot more alike than everybody wants to admit. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, even though they are different in playing style, different in demeanor, the results and what they did. Think about Brett. Brett's issue was he's a gunslinger. He always going to throw a bad pass. He's always going to try to do too much. Went over there to Minnesota, had a great team. They should have probably won the Super Bowl. He just couldn't help himself at the end of that game.
No. The Saints put a bounty on my boy.
Man, so what? Play football.
They down there killed Brett Favre in that game.
So what? That's a part of his whole thing is that Brett Favre's a tough guy. That's a part of his little gunslinger thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, man. But I don't know how we got on Aaron Rodgers. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, though. Let's talk Shedeur. Shedeur Sanders, Ross. They said that he has been named. He has been named the starter for the remainder of the season for the Browns. Now, I personally, Ross, I would have advised him not to play the remainder of the season. I think you've done enough. You got some leverage now with that last performance. My back hurt a little bit. I'm a little sore. Y'all bring in y'all third round pick and let him play these last four games, right? Remainder of the season, he's going to play. A lot of people are excited. You know what I'm saying? It's a big ticket item now. I think they got a couple 2 home games left, maybe. What are you expecting from Shedeur down the stretch? They got some tough opponents. They got the Bears. They got the Bills that we just spoke about. They have the Bengals, and they got the Steelers we just spoke about. Your team, the Steelers.
Yeah, I like it for Shedeur. Like what you said, it probably would have been smarter. I think he got an opportunity to go and do something special, though. Even in those 4 games, I know Cleveland, they're not really in the market to win too many games as far as picks and all that. It's better if they just lose. But, let's say he go and he beat the Bears. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to see everybody fall in love with Shedeur Sanders all over again, the same way we did in Colorado when they went and beat, who was that, TCU, that first game.
Do you believe now?
I believe. You don't believe. I want to know what it's going to take for you to believe.
I just need to see.
What does he have to do? Like, he going to come in here and throw for 400 yards. You're going to be saying, well, they played against a sorry team.
I just want to see consistent play. I just want to see consistent play.
Well, consistent would be go out there and throw for 300 again.
No. If he throws for 150, 200 yards, but he's efficient, made the right reads, no picks, I'd be fine with that. Look, I don't need him to light up the world. He's a rookie. So, they might throw some stuff at him this week that catches him off guard, that, he might make some rookie mistakes. That's fine, even if he throws a pick. But I just want to see, just how he commands things, how he looks, especially if he gets some adversity. Maybe he throws 1-2 picks, or maybe he throws a couple bad balls, right? Like, how does he look? Is he still calm and cool? Because I think that's one of his biggest attributes, actually, is his demeanor. But I think it's easy to have kind of that demeanor when it's going well. So, if it's some adversity, can he maintain it? And, let's be very honest. You know how these receivers are. We saw Jerry Jeudy a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? You miss a guy, they might start talking crazy to you. So we'll see. But I think everybody should just relax a little bit, let the kid play. And I'm old enough to remember Tim Tebow having some good games, and the Denver Broncos still said, yeah, we're good. That man won a playoff game, beat the Steelers, a good Steelers team, and the next year the Broncos said, yeah, we good. We're going to up.
They went and got Tom Brady. I mean, they went and got Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just saying, we've seen guys. And look, I know you don't like for me to say this, but this is your Florida boy. I'm not the first person to say this. Obviously, people have been saying it a lot. It's a lot of, for people that are old enough that were, around at that time. Not that it's ancient history, but it is a lot of comparisons to Tim Tebow. Not the game. I'm talking about like the mania around it, like the fandom behind it, because Tim Tebow had his legion of fans that wanted him to play, wanted him to get a fair shot. And he had some games where he threw the ball really well. He had but he had a couple, 2 or 3 fourth quarter comebacks. You know what I'm saying? And they were talking about how he's a gamer, and he is. Tim Tebow was a gamer. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I wish him all the best.
You're not going to do that to Tebow or Shedeur. I'm not even going to say nothing either way, because it's not disrespectful, because that's Tebow. You're right. That's Tebow. And put some respect on Tebow. But I don't like you trying to act like Shedeur is Tebow. I don't like it.
Well, hold on.
I don't like it, but I don't know why I don't like it, because that's not an insult. Yeah. I just like the comparison.
Tim Tebow was a top 5 to 10 college player of all time, ain't he?
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
Okay, you a Gator fan, so I'm like, yeah. Well, I know you got him in your top 5, don't you?
So probably top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to name 3 better than Tebow. I don't care who you are. It's hard to name 3 players that have better college career than Tim Tebow.
What do you got? I can't give. I'm not going to give him. I'm not going to say he's not a 2-time national champion.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He didn't start.
Bro, during that year, as a true freshman coming in and running for them fourth downs, I don't care if they was for a tush push every time. He was coming in clutch, crucial moments in the SEC, contributing on 4th downs, and the whole aura of the whole team changed every time he touched the field.
So was Arch Manning last year. Who cares?
Exactly. Arch last year, if y'all would have won, that would have counted for Arch. Y'all would have been saying, he for them 2 games he played good for San Antonio against UTSA.
Oh no, I do. One thing I'm always going to have a lot of admiration for Cam Newton for is that he went and broke pretty much all of Tim Tebow's SEC records like the following year. I love that, because had Tim Tebow had those records, I would have had to hear that forever. So I'm glad that he went and broke a lot of those records. That's fine. That's what I need him to break.
Right, but I'm talking about the 4 years that Tim Tebow had.
Well, listen, we when you're as good as the players that I mess with, we not there for 4 years. We ain't got that kind of time. We out of there in 3. We ain't doing all that 4 year. We ain't on the 4-year plan. Sorry, Tim. We ain't on the 4-year plan. Yeah,
Name 2 players in college football. We'll say 2 Name two that was better than Tim Tebow.
Matt Leinart and Vince Young.
Never.
Okay, you gave me the name two. I gave you two.
Vince Young was a one-hit wonder.
What you mean is a one-hit wonder?
Vince Young had 1 year.
I mean, the motherfucker finished second for the Heisman and then beat probably one of the greatest college teams of all time.
He lost 4 games in 4 years, bro. What you mean?
You talking about Tebow?
Yes.
Yeah, playing on one of the great teams of all time. Look, shout out to artificial intelligence. Cam Newton, Vince Young, Matt Leinart. He agreed with me on 2 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Cam Newton had 1 year as a starter.
Reginald Bush. Reggie Bush.
4 years, and Reggie is one of my.
Oh, this one hurt. That Percy Harvin one hurt. That hurt.
Percy Harvin didn't. I love Percy Harvin. His best player on the field sometimes. Percy Harvin's college career, he was hurt a lot. If you're a real Percy Harvin fan, you knew that he always struggled with injuries. Like Percy Harvin got hurt in the Florida State game. He came and played, he killed, but Percy Harvin was hurt a lot. His body was like the downfall to Percy was an injury.
Didn't USC
even in the league, it was always like if Percy could have stayed healthy.
And he was healthy enough to win a Super Bowl.
Right. But even that, he came back for the Super Bowl. He ain't played in that playoff stretch.
And he clowned in that Super Bowl.
Anytime Percy Harvin on the field, he gonna clown. That's what I'm saying. Real Gator fans, we know, but that was always the knock what Percy was.
Ooh, artificial intelligence in here going crazy. Cam shattered his records without a single NFL player on his roster. That's not me saying.
That ain't right, because Auburn did have NFL players because that defense was loaded.
That's defense. We're talking offense.
So it's not on his roster. It's on his offense.
I like what you did, that technicality. Exactly. I like that.
Exactly. We can go ahead and shoot them down, brother, man.
Hey, but Matt Leinart, though, if I recall correctly, Ross, I'm not capping.
Matt Leinart did not have a better 4 years than Tim Tebow.
I mean, okay. I think they split like 3 national championships. I swear, I think they did. I know they won at least 2.
Let's see.
How many natties did they win?
Let's see. Well, they was vacated, so we don't know.
Well, that's politics. They wanted to hate.
Okay, Matt Leinart was 37-2 as the starter.
Hey, whoa, hold on. What was he?
37-2.
Hey, I like how you said it kind of low. 37-2.
99 touchdowns, 10,000 passing yards.
Stop this stuff, Ross.
23 picks.
Stop this, man. Leave Matt Leinart out of this, boy. Come on, man. Matt Leinart's one of the ones, dog. How many natties? Because that's when they was like still splitting them and all that.
He lost 2. I mean, he won 2. Lost 1.
So he played for 3 natties.
Yeah.
As a starter.
But that's whenever BCS, like you say, they just
they was doing it weird. You know what's crazy?
Whoever they wanted to get the natty.
Let me ask you though, and because there's so much controversy around these playoffs now, I'm looking back at that old system and I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Just in compare, because we thought we would get a playoff and they're gonna decide it on the field. But now it's weird about the playoff because now there's an argument of who teams are playing, what conference are you in, what non-conference games are you scheduling, what's a good win, what's a bad loss. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Because I think, like, if I was to ask you, Ross, forget the playoff, who do you think are the 2 best teams in the country?
I would say Georgia and Indiana.
That's the same 2 I would say, because we saw Ohio State and Indiana play. Indiana beat y'all. So I would say Georgia and Indiana. I think most people would say some combination of that, right? Maybe they might throw another team in there, but it would be some combination. So if we go back to the old system, we would just have those 2 play for the national championship, bro.
And nobody else would have a chance. It's crazy though.
But right now, the way we have it now, I get it that we're gonna like quote unquote decide it on the field. What But now you have other teams that feel like, well, we're deciding on the field, but we're not deciding it correctly on the field. Because no disrespect, but James, what's the school that's in there?
Madison.
No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? A lot of respect for James Madison. But come on, man. Do we have a line on that game yet?
Let's see.
It's gonna be a disrespectful line, I already know, because this is a playoff. I'm gonna predict this. It's got to be a double-digit line, don't it?
I got you right now. Let's see.
Crazy. Ross and Risky, man, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We appreciate y'all, man. Check out our other channel. We got 2 channels, man. Ross and Risky and People's Champ Radio. Content on both. Check out them shorts. Jump in the archives. We appreciate y'all, man.
Oregon by 21.5.
Hold on, what?
Oregon by 21.5.
So you have a playoff in which a team is a 21-point dog?
And then Tulane is a 17.5 point underdog against Ole Miss.
What are we doing, man? Like, does anybody think that? And I get it, right? Because in March Madness, we have these. See, I think people got to understand the difference between basketball and football when it comes to this type of stuff. Because basketball, the way that game is played, is 5 players on the floor at a certain time. You do have the great equalizer in basketball with the 3-point shot. So even if you're playing against a bigger, stronger team, if y'all get hot from 3, you can still kind of equal that out. You have something called fouls in basketball. So if your star player gets in some foul trouble, he got, you know what I mean? It's other factors that can help a team that's not as deep and not as talented. In football, none of those things exist. Right? So your starters might be solid in football if you're you know a lower level team. The problem is when we go to the bench, we still grabbing guys that's probably gonna get drafted in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're grabbing guys that, no disrespect, but probably you know
working at Target. Yeah.
damn. Whoa.
Yeah, but you.
No, I'm just saying though. It's just like. I think a lot of those teams, the James Madisons and the Tulanes, I think their starters, some of those, not all, but some of those starters on those teams could probably go to some of these larger conferences, maybe not start, but probably could get on the field, you know. But when you get to that bench, they don't have the depth, right? And they shouldn't, because they don't have the facilities, they don't have the finances, none of that stuff to have to support that type of depth. I think I'm going to go a step further. I think Tulane and James Madison, I'm not sure if they would beat the FCS champion. I think it would be a good game. I think it's gonna be a good Ross. I think it's gonna be a good game. I got to keep it a buck.
Stop it.
Okay. I mean, you disrespecting FCS now. I'm not.
Nah, Tulane, nice. They've been good the last 2 years. They're not good to go and beat a playoff team, but Tulane, they're good.
Okay.
James Madison is too.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying. When is the FCS championship? January 5th.
So it's going to be like North Dakota State or something.
North Dakota State got upset.
So who is it?
Let me see who's in it. Because I did see that they got upset. Let's go. Who keeping up with FCS out there, man?
Man, nobody.
Y'all hate on FCS. So North Dakota State got upset against Illinois State 29-28. So they are down to their final 4. Illinois State versus UC Davis and Montana State versus SFA.
Oh, Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah, shout out to Stephen F. Austin, man. They had a run in the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago.
Where's that in the H?
Nah, that's in East Texas. That's in Nacogdoches.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's all East Texas. So shout out to the FCS schools, but I'm just to go back though. I'm just saying, y'all jump into the chat as well. I'm just saying, like, just to revisit this whole thing. We got 2 teams. Ross just went over the lines. The spreads for the games. We got a 21-point line and a 17-point line. and we're talking about the playoffs. Playoffs. Like, is that good for the sport if both of those are blowouts? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that good? Is that why we created a playoff?
See, I like the idea of having the conference champions. So essentially, what you think is it should just be the Power Four conferences.
That's what it is, Ross. I mean, that's what everybody thinks.
So don't give us no more. But that's because the ACC was so bad. So you couldn't put a Duke in there, you know. So should Duke have gone since they won the ACC?
Yeah.
With 5 losses?
Yeah.
You rather see them than put in one of those.
Just because now this is an arms race now, right? This is about resources. And I know that Duke has more resources available to their players than James Madison or Tulane, unfortunately. If we're talking about facilities, if we're talking about resources.
You take away, okay, even if Tulane or James Madison go and get smacked, what this does for their school and program by making it to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is something James Madison and Tulane, obviously it's going to be history, but like, this is going to help them build on that, where Tulane could possibly become the next Cincinnati or whatever, one of those schools that's, you know what I'm saying, where they build up and come out of nowhere. Like, this could help Tulane's program to where 5 years down the line, now Tulane coming in.
Tulane hasn't been good since, who was the quarterback they had? Sean King, is that right? I think Sean King went to Tulane. He was a top.
Tulane ain't never make no.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's Tulane.
Championship tournament or nothing.
It's Tulane. You know. What was?
So the difference, I guess, and see with me. Okay, so I just went to Duke, and we learned the history of Duke, and they were one of those small schools. They hired a young coach, and they just had the resources to keep a coach. I guess the difference, what you're saying in football, to why you don't see those stories in football, is because in football, if you do good enough, you're just gonna leave and go get a better job. Is what you're saying. So
that's what we're seeing, right? Everybody's leaving.
Even with Lane Kiffin doing it at a high level.
Like you're always going to go to a situation where you think it's better resources and it's better funding. Because again, this is an arms right now, because of the NIL, we're in an open arms race. It's everybody bringing out their nukes right now. Ain't no like we hiding behind the corner handing out brown paper bags. No. We all standing up here with our nukes. Like, who won't action? So
that's why in college basketball, you can see a Gonzaga become a powerhouse from being that small school, because they got the resources to keep the coach for a long time. Or you see one. Yeah,
and Ross, in basketball, it's easier because what do you have, 12 players?
Right.
So you don't have to allocate. Football, it's so many more. You're talking about 50, 60, 70 guys, right, that you got to have. You don't got those kind of resources.
So in football, why don't we just go all blue bloods? You know what I'm saying? Just all like. So do you like when the Washingtons and the other schools make it? Who have we seen recently where they make it and they get smacked? It'll be Washington.
TCU got smacked a couple years ago.
TCU, we've seen. Not Notre Dame's crying, but how many times have we seen them?
We've seen them get smacked up a few times,
yeah. So do you think they should just, like, essentially at one point it's just gonna be the SEC Big Ten face off? That's really what.
Every now and again you'll get you might get a school that put together something like Clemson did a couple of years ago, where they had like a 3-year run. You know what I'm saying? But bro, look, these schools got to be. The SEC is the only conference where all of those schools, and you can see it in Vanderbilt, all of those schools in the SEC are all in on football in terms of commit. Yes, the other sports matter too, but we are definitely all in on football. We want our football teams to be good. All those schools. Kentucky's trying to get good kids over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vanderbilt just flipped a quarterback that was going to go to Georgia. Like, Everybody's all in. Donors are all in. They trying to give money. You know what I mean? Like it's up.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of these other schools, they we play volleyball and they, track and field. Hey, ain't nobody. SEC, we trying to get football first and foremost. Now, if we win in something else, Florida just won in basketball and the Natty, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? We'll take that. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to win this ship. So, and again, in basketball, it's so much easier because you got 12 to 15 players. That's it. That's the roster. And you're only playing 5. I'm sorry, you only start in 5, and you're probably only going
8 deep, man.
8 deep, right? So that's all I need. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's easier done to develop that, bring a guy in, get a JUCO guy, get a transfer, boom, 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 I'm good now. So versus you got 70 kids you got to try to bring in, who you developing, transfer portal, JUCO, it's just too much for these other schools. They don't have the resources to compete against the big boy. I think we're going to start seeing it more, and we can get ready to go to a 16 team, Ross. We're getting ready to go to 16
teams. They're going to extend it more?
Yeah. I just saw it. It was talking about 16 teams. When is that?
I don't want to see 16 because then that opens door for more of these sorry teams. I don't want to see. I think 8 would be perfect.
When they talk about doing this, I just seen the thing they're talking about. They're going to be looking to extend it to 16. I don't know if it's next year or the year after, but everybody's already talking about 16 teams. So, I think 16 has to, at some point, it's going to get to a limit. I think 16 would be the limit.
I don't like 16.
I don't either. I don't like 12. I thought 8 was fine.
Mm-hmm. I think 8 is perfect.
Because I think when you get to 12, you start getting weird arguments about that 12 seed. Because look, man, people arguing for Texas, people arguing for what's the other schools? Notre Dame. It was one more. Texas, Notre Dame, and there's one more.
Vandy. If anybody feels
there you go.
Vandy.
Yeah. But we're talking about a 12 spot, though. So if you narrow that down to 8, we're not even having that weird conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That conversation is gone. So, there's that. There's that. Okay, but hold on, because we kind of neglected, I think, one thing. Hold on, because we didn't play this a minute ago, Ross. We talked about Shedeur, and, we always got to do it if we talk about the homie Shedeur. Yo, Shedeur!
They told me bust on my AP, perfect timing. Got different cuts on my neck, I stay shining. There's never hot around my Julie changed the climate. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. They told me bust on my AP, perfect timing.
Hey.
Got different cuts on my neck, I stay
shining. Hey! Up, man.
I've been singing that shit walking around the house now.
Hey, bust down my AP is perfect timing, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Look, let me say this. It's been a while since, as a black community, this ain't no race stuff, but it's right. Like, let's just talk real. It's been a while since, as a black community, we had this is our quarterback. Maybe since Mike Vick was the last time that we had a consensus. This is our guy. This is the community guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Shedeur has become that guy. I thought Deshaun Watson had a chance, and I thought he blew it. And it feels like Shedeur, he's the quarterback. Like Black America has come together and said, "This is our quarterback."
Chill, chill.
What's that?
Chill.
I don't ever, but see, I feel like, and I look. Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, hell of a player. I just don't think that he didn't have that.
Lamar is the man of the people. Don't say it. See, y'all have a problem. Y'all don't like when he go and throw the football with the kids. Y'all the ones who come out and say, Lamar is out there going to little league football games in Florida, touching the people. He good. Lamar is good in every hood from Pompano, Florida, up to Baltimore. We went to the game in Baltimore, went out. Them people love Lamar. Ain't nothing gonna happen to Lamar in Baltimore. He good. Lamar got the street love. Stop. You know it. Shedeur got. I'm gonna tell you what Shedeur and Deion have unlocked. Like my grandfather is rooting for Shedeur, and he ain't like the Browns ever. And he'll watch. We got the box where we can watch any game. He'll watch the Browns games over. I was joking with him like, you watching the Browns over the Ravens? You know what I'm saying? Like, and he'll watch the Browns game, no matter how sorry the game is, because he wants to see Shedeur. So I think they got that older black generation. They love Deion. They're gonna support Shedeur. They think he got slighted in the whole situation. They want to see him thrive. Like,
but that's okay. So because I was trying to think in my head, how can I? So I think Lamar. To your Lamar point, I think, like you said, I think the hood messed with Lamar heavy. But I think
the most since Vic. Lamar.
But I think
that Allen Iverson Vic.
I don't think so, because I think here's the difference I'm gonna give you. I think people mess like let's take Dallas, the city of Dallas. A lot of black folks in Dallas. I think Lamar would get a lot of love if he pulled up in Dallas. But I think if he was playing against the Cowboys, they would be rooting against him. I don't think the hood in Dallas would be rooting. I think they would want Shedeur to play well. I don't think that they would want Lamar to. I think they would root for Lamar to play bad, and they would still mess with him. I think they would want Shedeur to play well.
Hold on. Shedeur and them from Dallas, so that's a little cheap.
Okay, you're right. Okay, I forgot about that.
Shedeur and them go play Houston at Houston.
I think the whole city wants Shedeur. I think they would want their Texans to win, but I think they would want Shedeur to throw as many touchdowns as he could. I promise you that's what
I'm gonna be rooting for him. They're gonna be cheering when that defense tear them in half.
I think and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit different because with Vic, bro, like that whole thing with Vic, it was and you got to think at that time you got Dante Culpepper's doing his thing, Donovan McNabb is doing his thing. Like you got other brothers that are doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? But Vic. He was Black America's quarterback. Like, it wasn't no question. You know what I'm saying? That's our guy, him. You know what I mean? And again, I'm with you. I think black folks mess with Lamar heavy. I just think what I'm seeing, I've never seen this like I'm seeing online for Shedeur. I've never seen it like this.
Right. Shedeur, I see what you mean with that Tebow. Shedeur has kind of galvanized similar to like Tebow.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you even another name. Tebow and Kaepernick. Shedeur has draw.
Right. Black folks went and bought them Nike Kaepernick jerseys after he wasn't even in the league no more. They were still going.
Yeah.
They were still going to buy them all black joints. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been a while. I think, you know what I mean. Like Lamar definitely. Like obviously in Florida, like the whole South, Lamar's. I mean, he good anywhere. Everybody mess with Lamar heavy. But I think they root for Shedeur against anybody. They want Shedeur to play well. And I haven't seen that in a long time where like they want that dude to play well. So shout out to Shedeur, man. And I keep forgetting he's from Dallas. You know, let me ask you this. I know he's from Florida. And this ain't I promise you I'm not trying to knock him. I'm just asking a question. You the local Florida resident here. You know, you all things Florida go through you. Not just I know they respect him, but like how tapped in is Deion to Florida still? Like does he still feel like he's connected to Florida?
Yeah, Deion, that's Fort Myers. So Deion is more like that western part of Florida. You talking like Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. That's all Deion.
So he was never like that Dade area. He never had no.
Fort Myers. He on the Gulf. So like that's all Deion. He the man out there. That's all near IMG and all that. you gotta remember Deion was doing the Under Armour All-American game when it was in Orlando, and they had all the kids. So like, you know, even all the way coming to Orlando, Deion get love, and then up there in Tallahassee, like Deion still could shut Tallahassee down.
Okay. See, that's the thing I did, because like it feels like, I ain't gonna lie, maybe this is just
like he ain't rocking with Tallahassee.
This is just my arrogance as a Texan, because I almost feel like Deion is you know, he been living in Texas for a long time now.
He definitely he kind of carry himself with the hat as like a he kind of
got the cowboy hats heavy. You know what I'm saying? He with the cowboy hats heavy.
He went and bought a ranch with his money. Went and bought a big old ranch. You know what I'm saying? He be riding around on a tractor. Like he is kind of embraced the country. But where he from, Fort Myers, is kind of country too, though.
Yeah.
And you know, like Deion and them, they're that era where Florida really wasn't the glitz and glam as it is now. So like, you know, he was really in the trenches when back then. You know, it wasn't on vacations and stuff. So yeah, they be trying to get out of Florida. Hey. Them dudes, man, once they make that money, they ain't trying to deal with these YNs and these crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to do all that.
Yeah, and I don't know why I keep forgetting that like Deion's kids really grew. They from Dallas. They are straight up Texans.
That high school was in Dallas, right?
Yeah, it was in Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I remember that was a whole big old thing when they
Trinity,
played.
Was it like Trinity or something? Or Truth, right?
Yeah, but when they played TCU, that was a whole thing because I guess that coach like coached against them and all. Yeah. Shout out them, man. If the Browns don't want to commit, hopefully, you know, over these next 4 weeks, he can really just change the mind of all these teams that passed up on him. I think, you know, it's really gonna be a disgrace if he go out there and they win 2 games out of the next 4, and all these teams passed up, and now by the end of the year, it's look at how many teams need a quarterback. You know, that's the thing with the NFL. By the end of the year, the teams that go to the playoffs are the teams who quarterback's still healthy.
Right.
Like we see this year after year after year. Who the quarterback for the Cardinals? We don't know. Who the quarterback for Minnesota? We don't know. Who the quarterback for Washington? We don't know. Who the quarterback for Atlanta? We don't know. You know, it's a million teams. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, look, the NFL is a grind, bro, and it's very difficult in the NFL. Y'all jump in the comments and let us know as well. The NFL is very difficult to make it multiple years, especially as a starting quarterback, to make it multiple years without missing games, getting dinged up. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very difficult. So that's a part of it as well. This is where your O-line comes into play, because you got, like I said, you got Justin Herbert, who played with a broken hand. You know what I'm saying? He had to play with a broken hand. That's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? The Colts. Here's what's crazy though: is quarterbacking so bad, Ross, that they had to go get a 43-year-old off the couch?
But that's what I'm saying. That great point. Like the Colts, y'all, Richardson is that bad that you just rather like. Where's Anthony Richardson? You just gonna pay him to go home, and then they passed on a guy like Shedeur too, though.
Yeah, but to be fair, they felt like they had Richardson and they had, you know, your man's over there, Danny Dimes. So they was like, you know, we just got him. Do we need to get a rookie? You know what I mean? Like, I guess it probably wouldn't have hurt. Like, once we get to the 4th and 5th round, I guess it don't hurt at that point, right? Because it's not like Danny Dimes was. It's not like Danny Dimes was anything proven. So I guess it wouldn't have hurt, to your point, right? To say, it's the 5th round now. Let's go ahead and get a flyer on this kid. You know what I'm saying? He fell to the 5th round. But, you know, also they said Baltimore wanted to draft Shedeur, and there's been rumors that, you know, they had some pushback. So maybe his camp, Shedeur's camp, was having some pushback. And he would have definitely gotten a chance to play this year for Baltimore.
Yeah.
You know, you never know what the opportunity is going to come from in the NFL.
Yeah, but I think the NFL got to do it better. Like I've been saying this week after week. we let these dudes be wrong every year, and we turn around and still listen to them. Like the scouting or the being able to point out talent and who's gonna be good.
Right.
I don't want to make everything racial, but it's like consistently they've been wrong, and they be wrong time and time again of the other, the
and they're allowed to still,
yeah every time.
And look, man, I always say when people ask like, yo, they try to put, our YouTube, our pod in a box, and I always say like we're shameless plug. We're different because I don't think we try to like break any news. We don't try to like reinvent anything, right? It's a true like perspective of like two people that's just watching the game. I always say this, Ross, and you can put your 2 cents in as well. I always say this. Excuse me. I played college basketball. No, I didn't play at Duke. I played at a lower level. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not comparing myself to nobody, but I did play. And even if I didn't play, I don't think that you need to be Mike Krzyzewski to be able to watch a game and say, that guy keeps missing the corner three. He can't shoot the corner three. Like, I think that's just an observation, right? So I think that we like observe the game. We don't do no name calling. I'm always proud of our pod because we also don't even get involved in a lot of the BS when like a lot of these pods are getting involved in like reacting to like and I know it gets some views. I know it does, but I just think that's a bad way to build an audience of like reacting to beef or, oh, he said this about him. We don't do that over here, man. We're just giving you straight talk. We're just gonna talk about the games. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come over here, we're gonna have a good conversation about the games, about what's happening, our perspective. We're gonna tap in with y'all. Y'all can share y'all perspective, and we're gonna chop it up like that. You know what I'm saying? What say you, Ross?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. You hit it right on the head. Yeah, I just try to give my perspective. I know I'm not, I don't know it all, and y'all see me. I've been loyal to Aaron Rodgers, and part of me know they're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of me, I'm just gonna come in here. I'm gonna down my sword. I'm gonna give my opinion. Try to be as straight up as possible. And like you say, do it in a way where you're not fishing for views. I'm not trying to go and get clout off of talking about people or bringing people down. Like, we make our jokes. One of my favorite ones was when we was talking about Cat. Like, it's still of the culture. Like, in our culture, you gonna clown, you gonna joke on people. Like, that's just part of it. Anybody who's played sports, anybody who's grown up in the neighborhood, like, you'll understand the comedic side of it. We don't try to bring people down. But yeah, man, tap in with us. Ross and Risky, we're gonna give you the real. He's the hater of the show. He's the hater. I've been waiting on him to say something negative about Shedeur, but I think we slowly win him over, y'all. I've been waiting. Usually it's a catch somewhere in it where he gonna throw a little sideways hate. If y'all just getting used to him, yeah, he's the hater. I'm the, I try to ride with my people.
Look, I'm just chilling, man. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do a RIP while we doing this. Let me do a RIP. Man, today would have been PNB Rock's birthday. He would have been, when I saw this, he would have been 34. I'm like, damn, he was so young.
That's crazy, man. And
I didn't realize he was like, because he's been gone now, what, 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah. He was around the time Pop Smoke passed. That was a whole big thing with LA.
He died, he got 2022.
Uh-huh.
So he was 30, yeah. So he had, man, that's just like, it's just sad. He hadn't even had his 31st birthday before that, the tragedy occurred. And it's like, damn, bro. Like, I'm, for full disclosure, I'm 43 years old. So when I hear dudes is 34, it's not like I'm just so much older than them, but I be like, damn, that's young. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? I still go hoop 5-6 days a week. So when I hear 34 and you checking out, like, damn, that's young, bro. And that's just, and look, man, we always talk about stuff could have been avoided, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is we got to do better as a community. I ain't gonna get on no soapbox, but when y'all start talking about you can't go to certain places to go eat, or you shouldn't have been over. Hey man, hey, I know you. Like, I understand, you know what I'm saying? It's LA, like every city kind of has that. But at the end of the day, it's like, that's real talk. That's kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I'm from H-Town. I'm from Houston. It's certain spots that we all know, man, we lost takeoff in Houston. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, shit can get real in any city. I always tell people that. Like, it can get real in I've seen it get popping in small towns. You know what I'm saying? You from Florida. You know what I mean? You know how wild them streets can get, from Tally Ho to you know, Miami to you know, Dade, you know, the whole, you know, it just get crazy everywhere. So, but this notion that, oh man, you can't go over there, because it's like, that's crazy that you can't go places. I saw this. I would love to get your reaction to this, Ross. I was watching a video where they were talking about the making of the movie. What's the Denzel movie? Where he plays the cop, Training Day.
Yeah.
They were talking about the making of Training Day. And I hate when these white producers and directors say this. They were like, yeah, you know, we were filming in some rough places. So, you know, we went to the gangs and we asked them, and, you know, could we get permission to shoot here? And I'm thinking to myself, stop, fam. Y'all like y'all may have done that just to be doing it. But if y'all just call the fucking cops, bro, they shutting the whole goddamn block down. Like, I hate this notion where y'all feel like and this is no disrespect to street cats, no disrespect to dudes that's banging a flag. You know what I'm saying? Do what y'all do. I understand street politics. Trust me. But this whole notion, though, Ross, right, that they got to go tap in with the gangs or they couldn't shoot this movie. Stop.
Hold on. You remember it was a viral video of a certain high-ranked person that's in jail right now, the notorious, the guy, you know, the one who's in the jail with the whole whack 100 and situation going on. He was pulling up on movie sets, like on that, like you shooting a movie in our hood. What's up?
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is, if that studio would have spent some money and had LAPD over there, that motherfucker wouldn't have been nowhere near that set. That's what I'm saying. If you spend the money and you have LAPD come over there and put a barrier, now I get it. Sometimes you don't want, from what I've been told, sometimes you don't want to do that, because when you block everything off like that, what it does is like it attracts crowds, and you really don't want all that around there. I get that. But listen, fam, I'm not going to be cutting deals with low-level street dealers. You know what I'm saying? Stop this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stop. And I get it, man. Like, you know, me, like my family is Cali. Now, not LA proper. My family is San Diego, Oakland. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Bay. I got a lot of folks up there in the Bay, and in Southern Cal down there in Dago. But yeah, like, that's, I don't know. I like think about it, Ross, right? You like in the Orlando area, right? So whatever's a popping area, if they gotta go talk, we gotta go talk to the street cats. Like, stop, fam. Like, come on.
Yeah, you ain't trying to be living like that. Yeah. That's an unfortunate situation. I see where you coming from. It is a shame, but then what I try to tell my loved ones, especially the young ones that are out here on social media, and you see stuff on social media and you want to go see, you know, you do have to respect every place you go to.
That's a fact.
And you gotta just know, you know what I'm saying, when you somewhere, well, we see a lot of people, it happens in their own hometown, but especially when you somewhere else where the rules are a little different and you don't really know what's going on. It's a little different than how the scene. Like, we just have to respect, like, everywhere is real, you know.
Right.
You know, you ain't Mr. Badass. Like, you know, you got to always be watching yourself, always move modestly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All attention ain't good attention. You know, I think that's the thing. Like, just a small little story. Like, my little young boys. They, they done graduated school. They getting a little, working, got a little money. They want to go on these trips. They go and buy all the jewelry and put the golds and stuff. They don't even walk around like that where we from. They go and wear that just when they go out of town. I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, where all these chains and golds come? Like,
they think you're sweet out of town.
Just to go to Houston to think you good, you know what I'm saying, at the Galleria. Like, you crazy? Are you crazy?
They get it popping. They can get it popping out there quick.
But this how niggas from other places think, though. I'm finna go to Houston and we finna go stunt. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna bring all my shit out. I'm finna wear all my jewelry. You know what I'm saying? And now these Houston niggas looking like, oh, y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's I really had to explain that to, so it's just like you gotta respect like other people's shit that they got going on. Don't ever think you going somewhere and we're gonna be in New York and it's just sweet. You don't know them alleys, and you don't know when somebody clocking you in the spot, and you just think that's somebody sitting in the spot, and that's really somebody texting, hey, yeah, I got 3 of them right here lined up for you.
It.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know, and from the situation,
until it's too late.
Exactly. So rest in peace to all the people. It's unfortunate that we got to move like that, but we got to move like that,
Okay, let's stay on this note because, man, hold on. Can I find the right one? I want to show this. I don't know if we played this, Ross.
Just to add to that point real quick, though.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Rather than these dudes trying to go to all these places, this is why I like this new trend with the quarter zips. Yeah, go ahead. See, niggas got to get back in that prep bag. You know what I'm saying? Niggas weren't getting robbed and stuff when they was rocking the polos and the cargo shorts with the Sperry top siders. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Niggas, you got to flip the script on them, man. I think now with the fashion and the jewelry and it's like everything is about, I want to walk in and bring as much attention on me as possible. Whereas like, like more in you and our era, like I'm trying to be low key. I don't want to be seen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, real talk. Yeah, I'm trying to pull this story up. I'm trying to figure out. I know she's in Florida. It's too much shit to be having in Florida. I'm trying to figure out where she was at in Florida. I'm trying to see if they're going to tell me what city she was in. I feel like it was like Orlando, Kissimmee area. Let me see where she was at.
What happened?
Okay, let me pull it up first. Hold on. What is this? Let me pull up this. And this is why I be saying a lot of times, man, y'all don't be taking stuff serious, bro. Y'all just be playing. I keep telling y'all be playing, man, because, we got so much going on in hip hop and the culture right now. Got the Diddy documentary that just came out, R. Kelly stuff. It's, everybody allegedly is trying to clean up stuff, but y'all be playing, man. Because when it comes to the other side of it, when it's women involved, that's the ones. Shit always seems like nobody's ever outraged. It's never, nobody wants to like go crazy. People romanticize it. It's funny because me and my wife are talking about, because I told my wife, I said, yo, I think the whole reason 50 Cent did the Diddy thing, because I think that was low hanging fruit for him. But I think the whole reason 50 did the Diddy doc, Ross, and you can definitely chime in on this, is because I think he wants to see how much support he can get, because I think ultimately he wants to go at Jay. That's what I think I think that's his ultimate play. I think he wants to go at Jay. And so he's garnered a lot of people messing with. So I don't think he'll just come out with something on Jay, but I do think that he'll start putting something together behind the scenes. So if something ever happens, I promise you, I think 50 would have something real quick to put out. And so I was asking my wife, right? Because we were talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce, because it's always people try to act like, oh, well, when did he start talking to Beyonce, all this, right? So when you pull up on the internet, they say Beyonce was 18, 19 when they started talking, right? And Jay-Z was like 29, 30. And there's still people that's like, oh, I'm uncomfortable with that age, right? That's weird. That's uncomfortable. Here's what's very, very funny about that. During that exact same time, Ross, a 19-year-old, may he rest in peace, D'Angelo, was dating a 30-year-old, may she rest in peace, Angie Stone. During the exact same time.
And nobody don't talk about that.
Nobody in life has ever called Angie Stone a groomer in life. Nobody's ever said that. And they had a baby together at that time.
Wow.
Look, my wife just came in here and mean mugged me.
Why you calling out a girl, man? Hey, not too much on Angie, man. Not too much on Angie.
And I love Angie Stone. Trust me, I got nothing bad to say about it. But I'm just saying, nobody nobody looks at Angie Stone and say that's crazy. She was messing with that young boy. Nobody says that.
Hey, so she came in to defend Angie.
She walked in here. Okay, well, go ahead. I'm just saying. It's crazy, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy that like you got at the exact same time this is happening.
I know Angie Stone. I never knew that story. I know D'Angelo for sure, but I'm not too caught up with Angie. So
no one is. Well, this ain't to like throw no disrespect on Angie.
No, so I'm saying, so she started dating him when he was he was like on the scene at 19, or he had been
19 years old. Yeah.
So he came out at a young age and then he started dating him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she was 30, he was 19.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And everybody, that's what I'm saying. But look, everybody also said, well, hey, man, he do neo soul, so he's a little bit more mature. So it makes, we went with all that. But here's where I'm going with this story I'm talking about right here, though, because this is a story, unfortunately, I don't want nobody to get triggered, but this is a story, some pedo stuff. But it's always something interesting when there's women involved because people start going to their IG and posting pics. This is a Florida woman.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah.
This was Osceola County, I'm pretty sure.
There you go. So where's that? Where's Osceola County? Where's that?
That's Kissimmee.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was Orlando Kissimmee area. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was that area. So she was I believe a PE teacher, and she got arrested for charges with sending inappropriate photos and texts to a 13-year-old student after the mom had reported it. But see, they didn't just post her mugshot. You see, they went and posted like some IG pics and all this stuff. You go with some of the posts, they got music. I guarantee. Let's look through some comments. Watch this. Look. Meanwhile, my gym teacher when I was 13. See? Look. I just know it's about to be one guy in the comments. Okay, so he's correct, right? So let's keep going. Why is there so many teacher cases of this? Yeah, I agree with that. Meanwhile, my gym, see what I'm saying? 13-year-old me, see? You see what I'm saying? It's always funny. You see how funny it is? You understand that? That's
even the Drea thing. They make the Drea thing like it's nothing.
Like it's no, but that's always my problem, bro. It's like if we're gonna be outraged, we got to be outraged all the way and say like all of this is grooming. We can't just say when it's a male involved that oh, this is grooming. No. That woman is 22, sending pictures to a 13-year-old. She's a groomer and she deserves to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I don't care if y'all think she's cute.
Yeah,
you dig? I don't care if y'all think she's cute. And the sad part is, and look, it hurt me to say this because I fucks with Boosie. I got a lot of love for Boosie and his music.
What you gonna say?
But Boosie went out there talking about he got his little 13, 14-year-old son. You know what I'm saying? He said he got him topped off. You know what I'm saying? That ain't a good look, bro.
You feel like that's we both feel like it's wrong.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like it's wrong? Just give your
because he wouldn't do that with his daughter.
But he said he did that because it's so much stuff out here pushing sexuality on people that he wanted to make sure his son, he felt like that was kind of steering his son in the direction that he wanted to steer him.
Let's call it what it is, Ross. So he got his son molested to steer him in the right way. Okay. I mean, that's what the law would call it. That's what the law. Now, I'm not calling it that, but that's what the law would call it.
Sounds crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and to be real, I think if I'm correct, the statistics say
that makes you more likely to go in the other direction.
That makes you more hypersexual, right? Like when you get exposed at a younger age like that. That makes you now start popping off into all types of different sexual stuff because now you've been exposed to it. So
he would have been better if he would have found somebody of the same age to do that.
No, don't do that at all, Ross. No.
When we was in middle school, we was trying to get top doctor.
But that's different though. You were trying to get it. Your dad or a male figure in your life wasn't trying to set you up to get this. That was you just acting on hormones. I think that's totally different than somebody saying, I got you. I'm finna set this up for you. I think that's totally different. And I think that's where it becomes problematic, in my opinion, is when he says, oh, I'm gonna line this up. Because he lined it up with some grown adult women.
Yeah.
And those women should be locked up. For performing that act on a 13, 14-year-old. Those women should be locked up.
But you know that happens in our neighborhoods though.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't doing that. Nah.
You know that I'm not saying it's right, but you know that's happened in our neighborhood.
Hold on. What you saying? What happened specific? Hold on, what you saying? Like people line it up like that?
No, I'm saying I was a little nigga, so I always was the youngest. But I know some dudes that when they was 14, they had grown women girlfriends. Like grown women. I know niggas that was 14 that dropped out of school and was selling drugs with cars and real girlfriends. Like, you know, women that, I mean, my mom had me when she was 16. I've been places where I wasn't supposed to be when strip club culture is real in Florida. I've been places at 16 where it was 21 and up, and I'm 16 in here, and you know the strippers know my family, and you know what I'm saying. Like, ain't nobody stop and say, "Oh, you too young." Like, I wasn't doing what Boosie kids was doing, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
okay, so let me be devil's advocate.
It's something with that where like young boys, when you're a boy, by the time you 14, you like a grown man. Ain't nobody really like saying, oh, she was 30 messing with a 14-year-old. Yeah. When you're a boy. And I'm definitely, listen to my words. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm acknowledging the problem. It is a problem, but just in our culture, that's just kind of how it is, you know, like, especially as a minority and as a black man, usually just going off of statistics, you know, like you've had to man up by the time you're 14. Even your own family will treat you like you a grown ass man at 14. So definitely when it's time, when you're talking about women and sex and stuff, like I just feel like in our culture, like, you know.
So I ran down to my library because this is one of my favorite books. I bought this book years ago. It's one of my favorite books to this day by Nathan McCall. It's called Makes Me Want to Holler. A Young Black Man in America, right? Great book. Now, one of the first two chapters of this book, it goes into talking about how he's talking about his experience growing up and how one of the first things he did as like a junior high, like, you know, maybe 13, 14, 15-year-old was quote unquote run a train. And he talked about how at the time that was looked at as like a rite of passage in his neighborhood, right? And then he talks about, like, he goes on to keep going in the book about, you know, like how that played and, you know what I mean? But it's always funny because all these accepted things, he was talking about how like the older cats told him this is what you're supposed to do. And, you know what I'm saying? This is just, you know what I mean? But no one ever tells those girls to see, because like, and that's the problem. And that's how like the hood gets fucked up. That's how the neighborhood, that's how the community gets fucked up. because people are telling these young boys, this is fine, this is acceptable, right? And those girls that they're doing that with, what happens to them? Because nobody wants that to be their daughter. Nobody. Let me not phrase that. Nobody wants that for their daughter. Put it that way. Nobody's saying, yeah, I want my daughter to be that girl that he loses. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's that. You know, you don't want that for her, right?
Yeah.
And so, what happens to those girls in the neighborhood, right? Like, so we just fine with that. We're just gonna throw them to the side. You know what I'm saying? In order for these boys to quote unquote grow up. You know what I mean? It's like, I get it that there are things that happen in adolescence. It's just growing up, right? But I'm just saying, if we're gonna have these deep conversations that everybody wants to have now about sexuality, about what's right, what's wrong, and especially with like the youth culture, like we gotta stop and say, like, hold on, let's reverse this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shouldn't be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shouldn't be a thing. And I get it, man. I'm not stupid. It's gonna be, kids are going to have relations at a young ages. You know what I'm saying? Junior high, high school. That, you know, we ain't, you know, it's gonna happen, right? But I just think the way we look at it, like, I'm a parent, right? I got girls. I don't have boys, so I'm forced to look at it, look at everything through a different lens than what I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? I think it's different. You know, look at Boosie with his boys versus his girls. He talked about the LGBTQ with his boys, but he got a daughter that's LGBTQ.
Right. But see, I've seen it so when I was in middle school, my little girlfriend, her family, dad and all, was cool with me staying the night in the bed with the door closed.
Sound like they may have been some Haitian stuff going on. You was dating a Haitian girl? Who was you dating?
Why you say that's Haitian? No, they was Trinidadian.
I knew different cultures. See, I knew that wasn't no regular black. I knew that wasn't no black American family.
I'm gonna be real. My mom allowed me to, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, by the time I was 14, my mom ain't care if I had a girl staying the night. My mama would wake us up, hand me the tree, tell me to roll up. Like, that's just that's just how we was. It's like, it's just,
I mean, look, there are different upbringings. You know what I'm saying? But okay, watch this. Would you want that for your seed?
No.
Okay, so there we go.
But no, I wouldn't.
That's
but then it's kind of like it's always tricky because I know people where that hurt, but I know people where, like, you know what I'm saying, that saved from being out and being in cars or, you know, at parks. Right. Like, I know some dudes that then got in trouble sneaking in cars at a parked car at the park, and now you got that following you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tricky with growing up, man. I guess every situation a little different. Even with like smoking and stuff. I remember some of my other cultured friends, they would smoke at their family house. I remember one person I knew of the other culture, his first stick would be his parents. And I'm talking pills and all type of stuff.
Oh, damn.
I was shook watching that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, other cultures, but then that saved him from when everybody else getting caught being out. So it's just like, you know, every situation a little different.
I know. I remember I used to know a lot. Like, when I was growing up, it was a thing where parents used to have their kids drink with them when they were in high school. Like, yo, I'm gonna give you your first drink with me. Like, you're gonna experience this with me before you go out there. Like, I remember that being a big thing in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's like parents being like, hey, I know you're gonna be probably going to some parties at these high schools, so here's what we're gonna do. I ain't gonna get you drunk, but I'm gonna like introduce you to, like, here you go, get you a little bit of this wine.
Because I don't want you to be super lightweight when you go. And
I don't know it was a lightweight, but like, I don't want you to. I just want you to at least get acclimated. You know what I'm saying? To be like, okay, here's what it is. Because sometimes, you know, like your first time drinking, if you don't like, I've been around cats. I remember going to college for the first time and being around cats who experienced their first drinks. Me, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I might drink crack. I was a beer drinker already, so I might crack me a brew before a game in high school.
Before the game was crazy.
Yeah, I would crack me a brew. You know what I'm saying? It's because I would get too hyped, so I would need to just give me something just to like to chill the fuck out. Because I'd be like, you know, like let me crack this little brew. We had a little corner store they would sell to us. You know what I'm saying? With no, you know, they wouldn't trip. So I go give me just like a quick little brew. Let me drink this. You know what I'm saying? Going back to let me calm the fuck down. But I remember being in college and seeing cats for the first time getting drank and not knowing your limit, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing like how even this feels, and they just going. You know what I mean? And it's like they having a good time until you're not. So some parents feel like, you know, they feel like they need to kind of have that relationship. It's different, man. I've said for years on YouTube, I don't critique parents and how they parent their kids. I think everything is unique and everything is different. Like, to your point, like I couldn't imagine being a 16-year-old parent, you know what I'm saying? Because the way that I would have parented at 16 is totally different than I started parenting when I was in my 30s having kids. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been totally different. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't no telling what the fuck I would have been doing. You know what I'm saying? But it is different. You know what I'm saying? So this is to your point. People were bringing this up. I haven't watched it, but a lot of people talked about that in the Puffy documentary that 50 did about him and his mother. You know what I'm saying? That like that had potentially may have had a lot to do with how he moves now as an adult, because I think his mom was older than 16, obviously, but I think that like the way his mom treated him, like she treated him like a peer almost. You know what I'm saying?
And Justin.
Yeah, right.
They say, you know, they doing the freak offs together.
Allegedly. You know? You finna get a snoop.
Allegedly, I'm sorry. You know? That's why I said they say. They say.
Yeah, they say. Oh, there you go. You did say that.
Right. Our they is like DJ Khaled. You know, we don't know who they is. You know what I'm saying? They. You feel me?
DJ Khaled swear niggas hating on him. We don't know who these people are.
But even with Diddy, it go back to, you remember some years back when we first saw the Lori Harvey thing. That was the whole thing. Remember, it was
she dated her. He started
and then she dated Diddy.
Yeah. No, real talk.
We got on a whole tangent, but I don't know how we got here.
I don't know how we got there, but let's get ready to get the F up out of here before we get in trouble. Right before we get in trouble, goddammit. Here goes somebody. Let me play her real quick. This to lighten the mood up right here. Because she was clearly, I don't know what she was smoking, allegedly. I don't want to put nothing on her. But she was, boy, I don't want to ever touch nothing that she was on. Listen to this, Ross. Listen carefully.
Why nobody talking about for the first time Christmas is on 25, 25, 25?
25.
We never gonna get this time again. December, baby. Blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. You hear me? 25. Baby, somebody finna hit the lotto. Somebody finna really run into some big money. Because, baby, that never happens.
And it's not happening now. Somebody in the comments said, I almost believed her. 25. At first, I was trying to figure out what the fuck is she talking about. 25.
Yeah, she had to be high or something.
she just knew she was spitting. Somebody, look, you were a little slow. Somebody said 12, 25, darling. Somebody said it ain't never happening.
Yeah, you won't live to see that.
Yeah, 25 is crazy. Shout out to her. She said 25. I don't know. She never clarified, so I don't know what she was trying to get at with that one, but Shout out to my sister though, man. I don't want to make fun of your sis, but 25 is
Don't exist, shorty.
yeah, that ain't a thing. That ain't a thing at all. But yeah, man. All right, let's get ready to get up out of here tonight, Ross. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us, man. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to both channels, whether you're over there on People's Champ Radio or Ross and Risky. Tap in with us, man. Jump into them shorts, you dig? All them archive videos. We got that. Jump into the live. We appreciate y'all, man. Everybody that jumped in here and made it live than what it was. We out of here. I'm gonna hit the music, Ross. Peace.